Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And this week again we got some pretty crazy action figure news, with the biggest announcement being that the metal build Hyaku Gundam will be releasing in July for a grand total of 35,200 yen, or around 300 US. But for that price, you're getting an action figure that not only looks amazing, but it's also going to come with some really cool gimmicks like an opening armor gimmick. Something you can learn more about in the promotional video that I will have linked down below. Then more details will be arriving soon, but considering that reservations are going to be opening up on February the 8th, that soon is definitely going to be sooner than later. And for anyone wondering, this is going to be a general release. I'm now really happy that I'm totally loving my rail grade, because, I mean, with the way this thing looks, I otherwise would have been really considering getting this thing. And then also on February the 8th, you can pre-order the Robot Damashi Gouf custom version anime for 7,700 yen, around 70 US, and just like the Hyaku Gundam, this thing will be releasing in July. It looks like it's got some really good articulation, and it will also be coming with all of the accessories you would expect from it. There's the heat sword, the grappling wire, the triple barrel machine gun where the shield goes on to, where the giant Gatling gun goes on to, there's some effect parts, and a variety of hands. And then there's also one cool extra feature. You can mount the bazooka from the Zaku 2 JC type onto the back skirt. The Gouf custom might be known for its Gatling guns, but I'm sure it'll look just as awesome with a bazooka. And then the final big announcement was that the Hyaku Shiki Kai will be released as part of the Metal Robot Damashi KH signature line. Now, if I remember correctly, we saw a prototype pop up like a couple of weeks ago, but as we've also seen in the very recent past, the time between a prototype appearing and the figure actually going on sale can sometimes take over a decade. More details are going to be released later on today, but as of me writing the script, they haven't been released yet, and I did just check my phone, and well, they're not on there yet either. So we'll be diving deeper into that next week. They're probably gonna be up by the end of this video or something. But then there's still one more thing from the folks over at Tamashii Nations, and that is of course that the pre-orders for the metal built sniper pack started last week Friday, meaning that we also got some more images of that beautiful pack being used with the beautiful metal build blue frame. We get to see it in various configurations. We got to see some images of the sniper pack on the Strike Gundam, and they also confirmed that you can combine it with the previously released Lohengrin launcher. On the Gunpla front then, there unfortunately wasn't anything too big going on this week, but there was some good news for Gundam H and Victory fans. On Tuesday, P-Bandai started taking orders again for the high-grade Gundam H1 Razor and the Gundam H2 Artemis twin set, and the high-grade Gundam Legolas Memory of Eden version. The twin H set will set you back 3,960 yen, 35 US, and is slated for a March re-release, whereas the Legolas will set you back 1,650 yen, 15 US, and is slated for a June re-release. And then on Tuesday, today at the moment of recording, extra reservations opened up for the resale of the RE100 Shaku, or Shako, depending on how you want to pronounce that, and the Master Grade Victory 2 Assault Buster Gundam version Katoki. Both are scheduled for a July re-release, with the Shaku setting you back 4,180 yen, 35 US, and the Victory 2 7,700 yen, or 70 US. In the gaming news then, Gundam Extreme Versus 2 Cross Boost is getting a new mobile suit added to its roster today, and it is piloted by everyone's favorite Gundam girl, Ayame, also known as Aya Fujisawa. Just like in the anime, the RX-zeromaru can switch between SD mode and real mode, and if you want to see the thing in action, I will have the promotional video linked down below. And then the Gundam Breaker mobile players can also enjoy some new machines today. To celebrate their 2.5th anniversary, they released the 00 Sunriser and Gundam Astaroth Origin as part of the Sokai Festival. Other celebratory events include special login bonuses, a welcome back package for returning players, and a special beginner bonus to get you up and running if you are a new player. Over at UC Engage then, they've currently got an event gacha featuring the Zeta Gundam and Camille Bidon going on, as well as a new clan battle event. In other news then, the Yoshikazu Yasuhiko / Gundam The Origin exhibition has officially begun on January the 22nd and will last until March the 21st. So maybe we can actually go there ourselves and experience this amazing exhibition of Mr. Yoshikazu's beautiful artwork. Then earlier this week when I went onto YouTube, I saw this super special announcement concerning Mobile Suit Gundam Cucuruz Doan's Island pop up in my recommended section. So of course, I had to click on this super special, awesome, chocolatey fudge coated announcement. And what do you know? It's just the English subbed version of the previously already released trailer for the damn thing. So yeah, thanks to NordVPN, I was well ahead of this news. And you can be too by using my link down below or the code KKRT, which includes a special discount. Not only will this allow you to watch Japan-only content and also give you extra protection when browsing the web, but it also works really well with streaming services. Ever since Hathaway's Flash sold me on a Netflix subscription, I've definitely noticed that the Netflix grass is always greener in another country. As for the things you could get this week then, Mobile Suit Ensemble 20 has been rolled out in gacha machines across Japan, and 500 yen, roughly 5 US, will get you either a Crossbone X1, Crossbone X2, Strike E, Nemo, IWSP Striker Pack, or a weapon pack that consists only of a single weapon, and also a cape and a beam shield. Well, I really think they missed an opportunity here for this weapon set to also include like a clay bazooka for the Nemo and a beam rifle for the Strike E, whether that be a dual beam rifle or a strike beam rifle, because, well, it's seen using both of those. And then for some extra reading material, you could get the weekly Big Comic Spirits featuring Gundam Bandiera, the special March issue of Shonen Sunday Super featuring Gundam Aggressor, the March issue of Hobby Japan featuring some very fancy Gunpla and even a special on Dagram. I very much approve of that. The March issue of Model Graphics featuring a special on the new Gundam, Volume 7 of Gundam Forward featuring a special on Gundam 00, the weekly Mobile Suit Bible, this time featuring the Kshatriya, the March issue of Gundam Ace featuring some more Code Fairy, and Gundam F90 Fastest Formula, all 3 volumes of the remastered Gundam X manga, which now also feature an extra chapter, and finally, Volume 3 of Mobile War History Gundam Burai. That is one hell of a cover. On to the Gundam apparel then, and well, it's not a whole lot this week. Strict G collaborated with Ebbets Fields Flannels to bring us a new headgear collection on the 22nd, so for 6,050 yen, around 55 US, you could get a baseball cap in either navy blue with an Earth Federation emblem, green with a Zeon emblem, or red and brown with a Red Comet emblem. And then for 5,060 yen, 45 US, you could get a beanie in a very similar style. Navy blue with an Earth Federation emblem, olive green with a Zeon emblem, and black with a Red Comet emblem. And then from Bankore, we didn't get any apparel at all this week. Instead, they opened up the pre-orders for their new acrylic logo display Exus on the 25th. For 1,320 yen, 10 US, you could either get the AEU emblem or the Union emblem. Both are slated for a March release. And then for almost the final time, we have some news of the physical Gundam Café. Due to rising numbers of something, business hours of the Akihabara location have changed. And then finally, let's have a look at the results of a poll that I covered 2 weeks ago, I believe, with the Yoshikazu Yasuhiko / Gundam The Origin exhibition being held. Gundam.info wanted to know which mobile suit we, the fans, consider as Char's most iconic machine from the Origin. The top spot will not surprise you. The Char Custom Zaku 2 with an overwhelming 60.8% of the votes. Like, I don't think I need to elaborate on that. Char and his Zaku 2 go together like peanut butter and jelly, Leos and explosions, Char clones and masks, you get the idea. What did surprise me then was the machine that would eventually end up in second place. The Char Custom Zaku 1. Now, I would have personally expected this thing to come in second, but the thing is, when I covered the poll, like when it was still going on, it was actually being quite soundly defeated by the gun tank mass production type. And it was even close to being overtaken by the regular Zaku. There were like 3 votes off, not 3%. Literally 3 votes. So what's surprising here is that this thing went from being almost in last place to suddenly being in a relatively comfortable second place with 15.1% of the votes. The third place then goes to the gun tank, with the author of the article basically saying the same thing that many people in the comments were saying. The way Char was able to handle that thing really showed how good he was even at a young age, which then definitely left an impression on many people and also many of the voters here. And then in last place we have the Vanilla Zaku 1, but in Char's colors. It might have the iconic color scheme, but out of the 4 machines, I think it is definitely fair to say that it is the least iconic. Still though, with 10.4% of the votes versus the 13.7% of the gun tank, it did still manage to put up somewhat of a fight. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.